afternoon, everybody. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. You know, you can find us many different ways now. You can find us on the radio at icradio.media, and wanted to thank Dave Manning for making this possible. We are now Fox News affiliates, and we definitely appreciate this opportunity. I've been a Fox fan for a long time.
Well, and that's big time. So
I mean,
this is really, really outstanding. I'm so glad to get that news.
Well, Dave, thanks for making that happen. And also, you can find us on television, Channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast on thenewscasters.com. Very special friend with me right now. His name is John Merrill, our former Alabama Secretary of State, and he's with Waggoner Engineering right now. And I have to say, we're missing him, but at least I get to talk to him once a month, right?
And always excited to be here with you, Donna.
Well, it's exciting. I wanted to mention a few things, though. You still travel Alabama. I know you're a world traveler, but Alabama's your home.
Well, this is true, and you say world traveler. Last week I was in Washington for the week, and of course I was meeting with our members of Congress, United States senators, key staff members, making sure that the projects that we're working on behalf of our clients are being advanced through the appropriations process, trying to receive earmarks, member-directed spending options for them with the resources that they have available to them. And it's so very important to make sure that we're contacting our people and making sure they know what the needs are in our 464 municipalities, our 67 counties, various number of utility boards, associations, groups that we're representing, that we're working with, trying to be helpful to them as we're moving forward. Just yesterday, I was in 3 different counties, down in Clark County in Thomasville, meeting with Mayor Shelton Day. Also met with sheriff and probate judge over in Choctaw County, down in Butler. And then before all of that, I was actually down in Marengo County in Linden with the county commission down there. So we're trying to do all we can to advance our work, but also to take care of all of those communities throughout the state. So I've already been to 38 counties and had 208 visits to those 38 counties since January the 1st.
Well, that's awesome. Now, I know you have a heart for Alabama. I mean, that's so evident. But I've been talking with Robin Lydecker.
Yes.
She's running for U.S. Congress.
Yes, she is.
In her district, the Black Belt is beautiful, and she has a heart for her area. And I'd like to see some changes there. And I really think if you folks vote for Robin, okay, she and I are really good friends, and I know her character. She's an awesome lady. But the point is she really cares, and she would like to see more industry. She wants to see people stay in that area.
Right.
They're moving away.
Well, one of the things that happened yesterday when I was with Mayor Day down in Thomasville is I reminded him of what a great job he's done, not just in promoting and advocating for the people of Thomasville and Clark County, but the entire Black Belt area, specifically where Clark is there, with Marengo, with Wilcox, with Dallas, Sumter, Hale, all of those counties that are so very important and vital to understanding why that growth can transform that part of the state. Another thing that's important to mention about that part of the state is the infrastructure improvements that the governor has authorized, that the legislature has advocated for and has provided resources for. There's an 81-mile corridor that starts in Tuscaloosa County that will go all the way down toward Mobile County, that will allow that part of the state to receive the kind of support they need for industry growth, economic development, as well as commercial and residential growth.
Wow. Wow. And it's all there. You know, I love catfish. You know, mention fish, that's usually what I get when we eat out. That could be a catfish capital of the world, couldn't it? I mean, they're known for that.
Many would say it already is as you look at it.
So what could be done, though, to just improve that aspect?
Well, we have to improve the infrastructure there, and that's not just roads and bridges. That's water and sewer, stormwater drainage, having comprehensive planning and design and development for the property so that there's an organized system of growth and development, so that we know what we're trying to get to come into that particular part of the state, so it can build on things that are already there, and it can allow that area to grow in an organized fashion. That's what it's all about when you're talking about building an economy and building an infrastructure that can promote itself.
We're seeing that happen right here in Gadsden. As a matter of fact, we are live. We are at the Gadsden Mall, located at Books A Million, one of my favorite hideouts. I love this place. You need to come and check it out, okay? But we're seeing just a bit of that, I know, with your help with the mayor here, Mayor Ford.
Yes.
Right here in Gadsden, Alabama. So we're seeing things happen.
We are, and our firm is doing a lot of work here. We've done work at Black Creek Parkway. We've done work over at the Country Club Drive. We're looking at some other projects that we're currently working on. But just today at 1:30 p.m. at Gadsden State, they're going to have the ribbon cutting for the new Career Technical Center on campus. I think it's very important to know about all of those things that are happening and why this part of the state, specifically Gadsden, is growing by leaps and bounds in an organized fashion, thanks to the leadership of Mayor Ford.
Absolutely, and with your help too, I want to say.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk a little bit about education, because this is huge, okay? If I were a young person right now, I'm just telling you, John, I'd go get 2 of the tech degrees. Or you don't have to have a degree. You can just go for the training and instant. You decide you want to be a welder, 6 figures the first year, just in the learning process.
No doubt about it. And you know, the time to think that we can only be successful if we go to college is long past, because you think that jobs that don't require 4-year degrees are not important. Just have engine trouble with the vehicle, have plumbing trouble at your house,
At Christmas, when companies coming over, it's happening.
have electrical problems at your house, and then you'll see how important those people are to making sure that you can return to your quality of life that you take for granted. Those people are invaluable to our state and our communities and our local neighborhoods. So we have to make sure we continue to promote and support them, but also encourage young people to have an interest in those areas that are important to them, so they can find a way to give back to our communities. And that's one of the things that's happening at Gadsden State.
Things have changed. I remember back in, and some of you folks are thinking about the olden days of manufacturing companies. It hadn't been that long ago. 20 years ago, I worked with GTE. And so I was their government and corporate accounts person. I would walk into a manufacturing company, you would see a big banner, 5 days without an injury, you know, and I would ask, do I need to wear a helmet? I mean, or a hat, what do I need to do? It's not like that anymore. With all the technology we have and all the automation, and with Gadsden State just right up the road, ready to train you.
Absolutely. This is just a great part of the state with so much activity, so much interest, so much economic development that's going on. We have to continue to promote the great work that's happening in Etowah County, in the city of Gadsden, and throughout Northeast Alabama.
Now, Waggoner Engineering is not just here in Alabama. You guys are in several states.
We are. We actually are in 6 states, and we have 19 offices in the 6 states. And this is something that we take a lot of pride in doing as we continue to move around and to expand our company. But we want to expand the work that we're doing in those states all across the South.
What is the big demand? I know with automation, with technology, the world has changed.
It has changed, and you know, it depends on where you are as to what the demands are in that particular part of the Southeast or that particular state. What we really want to do is to be available to help that community transform and become all it can possibly be. That's when you're going to be successful.
Absolutely. You know, when COVID hit, that transformed everything. People working out of their homes. We're working with, you know, huge businesses right now, and that's made available. But would you say internet is extremely important?
It's very important. That's one of the reasons why the governor's broadband initiative has been so important to the future of the state, and having that growth take place in the Black Belt, in the Wiregrass, in North Alabama, East and West. We have places in every county in the state that are not properly served with broadband. So we've got to correct that, and we've got to make sure we're doing everything we can to help those communities become all they can become.
And it has to be. I know someone who lives in my little small town of about 1,200 people, and she works for Home Depot.
That's right.
And so she handles her customer service issues and does that out of my little small town.
Right. And it's because of the internet connectivity that she's able to do that remotely, that she doesn't have to go to Atlanta. She doesn't have to work in Atlanta proper. Of course, not many people want to, but
I didn't want to. You know, I have asthma. And so when COVID hit, the lady who owned the station I was renting from said, I need you to go back home and I need you to, have the show, just do it out of the home, find a spare bedroom. And I said, I can't do that. I'm not disciplined enough. And she said, I don't want you to catch COVID. She said, I'm just so afraid you will. And I said, okay, I did it. I'm loving it. And I was kicking and screaming the entire way down the road. But I absolutely love it. It just works out great for me in a small town.
that is great.
Mm-hmm. And those so many opportunities are out there. You just have to kind of look through that little, get outside of the box.
You do, and the key is finding a way to match the talent in those communities, the resources in those communities with the people that want to make the investment. And once you've done that, you're able to help that community become all it can be.
Absolutely. We have to go into a break after the show already.
Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Friday and Saturday 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant, With proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdy.lawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Good afternoon. We're back. My name is Donna, and I am your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show, where truth matters. Thank you so much for watching. Beginning at 1 o'clock p.m. Central Time, okay, that's CST Central. So you can find us anytime you want to, but no, we're also on social media. You can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, well, it's X now. I can't remember that half the time, but you can find us on all kinds of social media sites.
So many affiliates and so many networks that just about any platform that they could go to, they can find you.
You can't get away from us, but we love giving you the truth, and that's why we love to have Merrill with us on the show every month. I'd have you on every single day, but I know you're busy, so many things going on. We are live right now at the Gadsden Mall inside Books A Million, and I love that's one of my geeky spaces. I love to hang out. They also have some very good coffee.
That's right, at Joe Muggs.
Yeah, Joe Muggs.
I'm surprised you haven't slipped over there in the break and got a frap.
Well, I will spill it. I'm going to wait until after the show. It'll be all over everything, all over computers. They'll have to clean up my mess, so that's why I don't do it. Their coffee, I just love their coffee of the day, and they have all kinds of coffee, and it's only $1.95 for the tall coffee. Okay, find it at that price anywhere else. You won't. And also the hot cocoa is good, but I want to talk about cold drinks, and they have the smoothie. Have you tried the fruit smoothie?
No, they are outstanding. Everything over there is outstanding. And whether it's the frappes, whether it's the cold drinks, the regular coffee, the chilled coffee, whatever it is that you get, you're not going to be disappointed.
No, you're not. And I love fruit. Fruit smoothies, they have the strawberry, the mango is absolutely awesome, and the peaches taste like you just went to a peach tree and just picked the peaches off the tree.
Speaking of that, I was just at Chilton County for the Chilton County Peach Jam this weekend, and it was just fantastic. I think it's the best one that I've ever seen, and I've been going since 2013, but I'm just telling you, there were more than 350 vendors there, thousands of people that came from all over the state and all over the South for that great event.
Well, I know you love jam. You have the sweet tooth, okay? So I'm thinking Cindy and I could have a show sometime. She can come to the house, come to the farm, and we'll make peach jam.
No doubt. That would be great. I think she would.
Come on, Cindy. We want to have you come over with us to our side. Absolutely. So, John, we've been talking about Waggoner Engineering. So, if someone, and there are towns all over the United States that you guys can probably speak with, but someone who hasn't talked with you guys yet, what do they need to do, and what do they need to be prepared for?
We want to help any community that wants to grow, that wants to develop, that wants to become all they can become. And the best way to do that is by identifying what their needs are and then trying to figure out a way that we can help them become what they want to become. That's why when I leave today, I'm actually going to another rural county east of here and try to talk to them about what's going on and what we can do to help them grow and develop and become what they want to become. But they can reach out to us anytime. They can reach me on my cell phone at 334-328-2787. They can contact us online at wagnereng.com, and we'll be happy to help them identify their needs and help them meet their needs to transform their community and make it be all they want it to be.
You know, some communities, some areas will suggest, well, I'm not near an interstate, so I don't think I can grow. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you don't have to be near an interstate in order to be able to grow effectively or efficiently, but you do have to be prepared for economic growth and development. And the best way to do that is by having a plan to make sure that you can move forward, whether it's with economic development purposes, residential growth purposes, retail growth purposes. All of those things are so necessary in order for a community to become all it can be.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit more about education. You know, when folks are moving, folks are finding Alabama. They're loving it. They're buying by the way, the cost of living is so much lower here. You can buy land for like almost nothing compared to other areas. But they always ask about internet, and they also ask about school systems when you have children. And we have a good school system. Everything could be better, but we have a good system here.
We do. The 144 individual school systems that are in the state, many of our systems rank at the highest level in the United States of America. Of course, by our code and constitution, each county is required to have a public institution of education. So that's why we have 67 county systems, and then we have another 77 systems that are available, and so that enables them all to be able to grow and to become, they need to become for their local communities, and that's what we want.
And safety. I wanted to mention this. Safety is not as big an issue here, but of course you have your parents and you have grandparents are gonna, you'll have to answer to if you show out in school. My grandparents are that way. But I'm talking about safety reasons as well. Going to school, not what you hear in some of the bigger schools.
That's right, and that's because our law enforcement community in each one of our counties, whether it's the sheriff's office, local police departments, work with those school systems to make sure that they're meeting the needs that they have and understanding about a plan of action in case something does occur, proper training of our students, proper training of our educational professionals, proper training of those individuals that volunteer at the school so they can be helpful whenever an incident is introduced or even an idea about an incident is introduced.
And safety precautions, because we're in a weird part when it comes to the weather as well. We can have 4 seasons in one day, and sometimes those little tornadoes can just come from out of absolutely nowhere, but we have a great system in place for that.
We do, and our warning systems that are provided by the Emergency Management Agency in each one of our counties, by the EMA for the state of Alabama, which is actually housed in Chilton County, is always doing everything that they can do to make sure that our people are properly informed whenever a storm may be approaching.
Absolutely. One of our mayors here in this area, Fort Payne, Alabama, Brian Payne, wanted me to mention keeping the areas clean because you never know who's coming into your town.
That's right, and Brian and them just saw a number of visitors this last weekend when the June Jam was held once again there in Fort Payne, and of course that was initiated by the group Alabama that was from Fort Payne and still lives in the Fort Payne area, and Brian has seen that firsthand how important it is to have the community buy into a clean community.
He and I are on our board with the United Givers Fund, and this is located in DeKalb County. He always talks about that. He always says, let's clean up the town. And I will say, Brian, it looks pretty clean to me, but he wants his fish shined.
He's committed.
He really does. But they're growing there as well.
That's right, and that's good. That's good for all of us.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about manufacturing companies. And the neat thing about Alabama, if you're thinking about moving down here, we'd love to have you. So the neat thing about Alabama is you have manufacturing, you have farming. I mean, it's like almost everything is king around here.
It is, but it's interesting that you mentioned that the way that you did, Donna, because earlier today on a radio program, I heard them talking about a training opportunity that exists in the state of Georgia and what Georgia's doing to make sure that their new business employees are properly trained to enter the workforce in their state. And as I was listening to it, I was thinking, Alabama has been doing this for 35 years, because I thought back to the time when I was working at the Chamber of Commerce of West Alabama and then the Industrial Development Authority of Tuscaloosa County, and our work with the Alabama Industrial Development training program, which is now part of the community college system and the Alabama Department of Commerce, that enables us to make sure that all new employees that come to new manufacturing operations, new service operations, are properly trained so they can be helpful on their first day of work. And that is a game changer.
Oh, absolutely it is. You know, keeping the town clean, caring about your community is huge as well. I know a lot of you do, but I wanted to mention this. So I went into a retail establishment, and this lady who was behind the counter was like one of the most sweetest people you would ever meet. She was very friendly, very attentive, and I think that's important. Whether you like your job or not, we kind of talked about this the last time you were on the show. We got some responses to that, and a lot of folks have said, you know, that opened my eyes. You know, even though I may not be enjoying the job I have right now, could be a step to something else if I meet the right person.
No, you have to make sure that whatever job that you have today is helping you be prepared for the next opportunity that's going to come. The problem that we have as people is we don't know where that next opportunity is and when it's going to come. And so if you don't have a good attitude about the proper work environment that you are able to contribute to now, what's going to happen if that life-changing opportunity presented itself and somebody observed you behaving in a way that was not constructive or productive for your current employer? They're not going to take that very well, and they may eliminate you without you even knowing it.
No, it's true. And be careful what you put on Facebook. Don't bash your boss. I've seen a lot of folks do that. Not here, but I've seen it in other areas.
Right. Certainly not here.
No, people around here know much better than that. You know, and I wanted to mention this to you too, because I was with GTE. They'll actually, a lot of businesses will pay for your college.
They will.
And so don't be afraid to ask. You know, sometimes you don't get things you would like because you don't ask for it.
That's exactly right. And sometimes organizations will have an opportunity for you to be able to do that, and then with a contractual agreement that's understood, because of the investment that they've made, you agree to stay with them for a certain period of time. And that makes it easy for them and easy for you too.
Absolutely. 1 minute and 4 seconds left. What would you like to say to the folks before we go?
Well, look, each and every person that's within the sound of our voice today can do something to improve their community and to make their community all it can possibly be. But you have to be open to those opportunities, and you have to be willing to invest in those opportunities. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm talking about finding a way that you can contribute to make your community be all it can possibly be as you attempt to transform your community where you currently are. That's what we want to see you do, because that's what we're trying to do each and every day.
Absolutely. Thank you, John, for being on the show with me.
Thank you, Don.
Tell Cindy hello for
I
me.
will.
And you take care. I can't wait to see you next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. You take care.
My Towels solved the problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes My Towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get My Towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all My Towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
mypillow.com.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.